This is going to be just a quick video going over how you can source leads for your Instagram outreach. So if you're doing any type of, automations with Instagram using colddms.com, you're doing things manually, this is kind of just going to help you save like 5 to 10 hours a week on actually sourcing leads and making sure that these leads are actually qualified and looking to buy what you sell. So I'm just going to get straight into it. So I'm going to use my niche as an example. So I'm in the agency owner niche, and so the way we kind of usually do it is we just scrape the followers of like an account. So for example, I know a guy called Carson Fox. He's on YouTube and he targets agency owners. He's got a coaching and consulting business for agency owners. And so if I look at his followers and see like 6,000 followers, I know that a lot of those accounts are going to be probably people that are agency owners looking that are interested in his content. And so I can essentially steal his audience in a way and scrape his followers. But with just scraping followers, a lot of them are, bot accounts, irrelevant accounts, stupid accounts that just ruin your KPIs and make everything horrible. And so I found a tool for Instagram that can first scrape the followers and do it actually at a very decent rate. So it's called IG Follower Exporter. And I've done this before, so I'm using this as an example. But Eric Cavaliers, I know he's someone that also targets agency owners. So I've scraped his followers before. And that's 975 accounts that it's done so far. It has paused because I kind of got soft banned, which is a good lesson for this. You need to be careful how many you're scraping at like per like minute, or like you need a right interval, and I'm gonna explain that in just a sec. So if I go to Instagram, let's say I was to do Carson Fox, you put in his username. Firstly, you download this extension. You're gonna need the pro plan. It's very cheap. It's like $12 a month, so that's fine. You put in like the username that you want to scrape, so Carson Fox. Right? I'm not going to do this right now because again I want to wait for my soft band to get out of the way. But how you would essentially do it is, so the interval between requests, it's going to scrape accounts, and it's going to do that in whatever interval like you make it. So you can be, I would suggest just going all the way to probably just 12 seconds because like the least chance of getting banned. And then you can actually get this scraper to essentially output what you want it to. So full name, profile URL, and I also want follow account and bio. Now I want follow account and bio because I'm going to take this scraped list. So for example, I've already done this before with Eric. So it's 975 accounts. What I do is I would export this CSV and I would download it. I'd clean it up in Google Sheets. You don't really have to, but what you want to do is take it into ChatGPT. Now, I'm not sure if you need a premium ChatGPT subscription. I've got one, but I do not think it's necessary for this. But I've essentially made a project that can take huge CSVs because after the recent update, ChatGPT can do this. I made a video about how you can do this for X as well if you want to check that out, like sourcing hyper qualified leads. But what this is going to do is take the huge list of these following accounts and only give me the ones that are based on the criteria that I give, which are essentially agency owners. And how I get it to do this is what's on the screen right here. So yes, classifies an agency owner if, the bio clearly communicates client-facing service, so like email marketing, Klaviyo, so the e-com agencies, outbound appointment setting, book calls, paid ads, funnels, CRO, automations, blah, blah, blah. But like all the things I know agency owners could be serving. And then I give some exclusions as well. So, vague bios, creator, influencers, crypto, all the crap that a lot of Instagram accounts, because a lot of them are just bots or just random accounts. So you want to get rid of those and not put them into your automations. So I also have some latent agency signals, so accounts that I manually check afterwards and see if I'm going to put them in, because ChatGPT isn't perfect with some of the accounts, and so I want to make sure I'm getting all the ones that I want. But I also must have at least 50 followers, so that's why back in the IG follower scraper, if I go back here, that's why I add the followers count. So then ChatGPT can exclude the ones that don't have followers, and I essentially exclude some third world countries just because they're not going to really be able to afford my services. You can do this for like whatever market you want to target, whether it's on the US, UK, whatever, and then an output format. So the username, the bio, and the tags. And so then you can take these CSVs and plug them into whatever automation you use. So Instagram colddms.com is a really nice automation, and you can essentially put this CSV into colddms.com and then just have that software only reaching out to leads that are actually agency owners in my case. Or if it's your case, you just adapt this prompt to however, because you would have a really good understanding of your niche and their buyers and what their accounts usually look like. And so you can make ChatGPT essentially output any account that you really wanted to. So at scale as well. So like this can take a huge CSV. With Instagram, with the limits, you do have to be careful how many you're putting in. But for like X, it can take, or any CSV for that matter, it can take like 50,000 leads and do it in like 30 seconds. So you're going to save hours a week doing this. And yeah, I just wanted to cover this for anyone doing Instagram outreach and kind of struggling with lead sourcing. Like, you don't have to hire VAs anymore. You don't have to do any of that. You can just apply this process, and essentially lead sourcing is taken care of, and they're all qualified as well. So I hope this helps. Cheers.